Shots fired. Get it? Huh? Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Guido Goes Off. As you can see, I'm trying to bring a little touch of class to things today because it just feels right. It just feels right today. Anyway, I got a lot to get to. Mostly covering the non-WWE stuff going on this week, so let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it has now been made official. Cody Rhodes is now joining Bullet Club. Last week, Kenny Omega put out this kind of a vague tweet, and in fact, actually, it kind of threw me off a little bit. The reason why is he said that Bullet Club was going to gain a new huge member. Huge member. Sorry, my mind's not right tonight. Anyway, he said that this would be a monster who would eat the competition. Now, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I had heard that Ryback Reeves was a possibility as a member, and that kind of a monster, eat the competition, feed more, kind of a workout, but it was pretty much the general consensus that Cody Rhodes would be joining Bullet Club, mostly due to his actions at ROH Final Battle. He had a match with Jay Lethal, which he won. And after winning, instead of adhering to the Code of Honor, he flipped Lethal off. This is what led to the speculation that Cody was joining Bullet Club. As we all know, Bullet Club has been a thorn in the side of Bullet Club has been pretty much making Jay Lethal their bitch over the past few months. It is actually in relation to another story I'm going to be doing later. So it was in a vignette aired on New Japan Television that Cody finally made his intentions known. Kind of, sort of, roundabout, but I must admit, it was beautifully done. And it did show that, the Bullet Club flag in the background, and also him putting out a cigar on a program for WrestleKingdom 11. So this is, basically, that is where he's going to make his grand debut, is at WrestleKingdom 11. No word yet on whether he's going to be in a match or his next opponent. The card's still getting fleshed out, which is, kind of odd considering WrestleKingdom is in 3 weeks? So here's hoping that it gets fleshed out and that he's got something going on. And now, interestingly enough, as a takeoff of his dad, Dusty Rhodes, he's calling himself the American Nightmare. Personally, I like it. And personally, I also think this is a very good move for Cody, and it makes sense considering it is highly speculated. Adam Cole is on his way out the door. His contract does end with Ring of Honor in April, I believe it does, and they're going to need that North American ace, to replace him. Now, also, it's well known that Kenny Omega is on the short list of WWE, especially considering the new edict that, as it stands right now, WWE is not hiring any male talent above 205 pounds, which is right in Kenny's wheelhouse. So, again, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Cody Rhodes as a member of Bullet Club. And woohoo, inner heel. Yeah, kind of going there. Speaking of WrestleKingdom 11, New Japan's, for those of you who don't know, the WrestleKingdom event is pretty much New Japan's WrestleMania. Now, it takes place on January 4th. Always takes place on January 4th. No matter what day of the week it is, it's always on January 4th. Well, an announcement is expected later on this week, and there's a huge possibility that we here in the States, and Canada too, if you guys get this channel, could see a live broadcast of WrestleKingdom 11 if you have access TV. The announcement is expected to be made later in the week. Nothing has been said as of yet, but it's been a lot of talk of Access TV broadcasting WrestleKingdom 11. As it stands right now, unless you're in Japan, the only way you can watch it as of now is through New Japan's streaming service, New Japan Gold, which is kind of iffy and hard to navigate because unless you can read Japanese, it's going to be very difficult for you to get it. This is actually, I think, a very good move. With Access TV, it has helped build the audience for New Japan here domestically in the United States. And don't get me wrong, New Japan Gold is a great thing, but being able to broadcast Wrestle Kingdom would be a huge move in that way that you could show it. Because, I mean, as far as pomp and pageantry, Wrestle Kingdom is right up there with WrestleMania. If you haven't seen any Wrestle Kingdoms, I beg you to find the streams and at least I think there's some stuff on YouTube, but the pomp, the pageantry, filling up the Tokyo Dome, that huge event. And to be able, if we're able to broadcast it, let's see a live broadcast, that is wonderful. Of course, we have the only drawback if you live in the U.S., like myself personally, I have to get up because it would start at 4 in the morning. Not that I'm complaining. I've done it before. I will have my phone, my notepad, and my waffles ready to go. I suggest you do the same if Access TV does indeed broadcast New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 11 live. More on this as it develops. Well, unfortunately, there's a bit of bad news as far as Ring of Honor is concerned. Ring of Honor announced this week they have accepted the resignation of Nigel Mcguinness. As people who've watched Ring of Honor know, Nigel Mcguinness, former Ring of Honor champion, I think the longest reigning in the company's history still, unless I think Jay Lethal eclipsed that. Well known in the company. He did go on to wrestle for TNA for a while, but then had to stop wrestling due to a health issue. I'm not exactly sure. I'd heard it was Hep B, but basically he can't wrestle anymore. Well, Ring of Honor had hired him as their matchmaker, and he also did some announcing, and they're like big matches. Well, earlier this week, Nigel tendered his resignation as ROH matchmaker, and they accepted it. From what I understand, this is legitimate. That is, he actually did have a booking role in Ring of Honor. Now, it's now at least storyline wise, they say it's because of his mismanagement of Bullet Club. Now, remember, he had that edict that Adam Cole couldn't go for the title. And then he let Jay Lethal talk him into letting him have that title, and to letting the other match be a title match. And of course, we all know Adam Cole beat Jay Lethal, and then pretty much Bullet Club's run roughshod, as all over Ring of Honor, as they have on New Japan. And they say that that's the reason why he tendered his resignation. Now, from what I understand, the resignation is on storyline. It is legitimate. We wish Nigel the best. He's from what I've heard, for all intents and purposes, he's a great guy. I actually did get the chance to meet him at a TNA event when he was wrestling as Desmond Wolfe in the promotion, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. Hope for the best of luck for him. Well, that is going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. I tried to make this a quick one because, unfortunately, I've got some time constraints right now. I'm hoping to put up another episode later on. So please stay tuned. I always appreciate it when you guys watch these, and so please stay tuned. As always, if you have anything to say about the topics I covered, feel free to mention them below in the comments section. And of course, you can always talk to me via my social media right down there. Now, while you're here on most glorious YouTube, please feel free to like this video, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on those notifications so that you can find out when I've got new videos. Always a good thing, right? Well, until next time, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.